everybody, and welcome to Lawdog Sports. Chuck Ramsey, the Lawdog, here with you from the new and improved Ramsey Broadcasting Studios here on the campus of Ramsey Broadcasting Networks. However you want to phrase it, it's all overblown anyway, but I am Chuck Ramsey, the Lawdog, here with you on a special episode of Lawdog Sports as we visit with you talking about things going on. We could have phrased this as a Western Oklahoma Sports Night episode as well, because we are going to be visiting about the Offiicials versus Cancer golf tournament coming up in Weatherford at Prairie West Golf Course really shortly. And our guest today is Ronda Smicklas. She is a big part of the Children's Health Foundation, Oklahoma Children's Health Foundation. She's been here on the program before. Third year in a row, I believe, that the Offiicials versus Cancer golf tournament has been out at Prairie West. Rhonda, how have you been?
I'm doing great. Chuck, how are you? It's good to see you.
Good, great to see you too. And I know you had a pretty good turnout last season last June for the Offiicials versus Cancer golf tournament. I think, honestly, and I'm not trying to downplay the charitable endeavors and intent for people in Western Oklahoma, but anytime you throw golf out there, it's going to drag in some old boys that love to get out to Prairie West. It's a beautiful course, and you guys had a great turnout, and I was able to show up there in the morning and check in with you and visit for a bit, but also just an amazing cause that you guys try to raise money for.
Well, Chuck, I appreciate you. You always have us on. You're a great supporter. I can't thank you enough for,
sure.
Like I said, you came out last year and you were able to check in with us and kind of see what we're all about. And I appreciate you coming out and always having us on. And this is, like you said, our third year to be out at Prairie West, and the course is beautiful. It's in top shape out there, like it always is. And you guys do out in Western Oklahoma turn up and turn out for a golf tournament. And so, last year was really a big growth for this tournament. There were 20 plus teams out there. We had some great sponsorships, great food, raffles and prizes. And so we're going to do it all again this year. We're going to do it on June 26th with a 7:30 a.m. shotgun start, or 7:30 check-in, and then at 8 a.m. shotgun start. We're going to have some this year we'll have two chances for a hole-in-one contest. We'll do mulligan raffles. We'll do longest putt, longest drive, closest to the pin, all of the fun things that you find at any good
all
golf
of those things that I never come close to.
Yes, but you never know. Yeah, what do they say? Even a blind squirrel finds a nut.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. Yeah, it's an amazing time, June 26th. It's a little bit early for some of us, but not for most, and not for those that want to get out and have a great time. But, just really kind of tell us from the beginning, and I know we've visited about this before, but tell us, Rhonda, from the beginning, what kind of brought about this Offiicials versus Cancer golf tournament?
So the Offiicials versus Cancer started really with Leland Searcy, who is an official out of Woodward. So when we talk about this tournament and the guys who put this on, while it has landed in Western Oklahoma, kind of there with you guys in Weatherford, it really is a statewide initiative that began with Leland when his neighbor had a child who was diagnosed with a form of pediatric cancer. And he started doing a little bit of research and found out that a large portion of funds that are raised in this country every year go to adult cancer research and not pediatric cancer research. And he just thought, that's just not something's wrong with that. And as an official in the state, working with kids, he decided he was going to do something about it. And so he started his own nonprofit, Offiicials versus Cancer. And so they do several things to raise funds throughout the year, but the golf tournament is one, their major fundraiser. And so they really just started out with the idea to get each official in the state who's registered to call it any game to sign up for either the golf tournament or to just give a little bit of their fees out of their pocket each year to just raise money to directly support Children's Health Foundation, and in turn directly support the Jimmy Everett Cancer Center here at Oklahoma Children's Hospital. And so that's basically what we do. We paired up with Daryl and Leland and Colby, and we're just helping them to facilitate this golf tournament with all the funds being raised, staying in the the state. Not a penny leaves the state. And we help service children in all 77 counties. So when we're talking about, your funds staying local, they truly stay local.
Yeah.
You're helping children in your community. We've got, we're servicing kids, in your backyard. And I can think of just 2 or 3 right now off the top of my head who participate in our Miracle Family program. But obviously there are kiddos out there that I don't know by name, that I've not met personally, that are receiving care due to people like, you guys who are coming out and signing up and playing golf for the day and putting $20 in for a raffle ticket. And so, we appreciate everybody who comes out and who supports us and who supports the officials.
Well, and last year I remember you had the family speak. They were from Thomas. They were
are
right there where I was living, and I did not know their story or anything like that. So it was very eye-opening to find that out. But it just truly is amazing to see. You're getting to golf. You're also pitching in some money to help a good cause, and then it's amazing to see where that goes, particularly when it's just right there in your neighborhood, in essence. But the Oklahoma Children's Health Foundation is the backing agency behind this. You guys help throw the event, and then if I understand it right, the money benefits the Jimmy Evers Cancer Center, which we hear wonderful things about that.
Correct. You've got it right. I was just there visiting a little one at the JEC 2 weeks ago who lives in Elk City, who was just recently diagnosed, like a kindergartner. And so, so truly when you're giving, it's coming right back into your neighbors, your church community, the kids, at your child's school, right there, like truly in your neighborhood.
Now, Leland Searcy, a lot of folks know him as being a longtime official for sporting events there in Woodward area and Western Oklahoma. Does that detract from donation? Do people see his name and say, he screwed us that year in the playoffs, I'm not helping him?
Yeah, I'm really having to fight that reputation.
Yeah, I'm sure he's well beloved by a lot of folks, and that's the thing about the old school referees. You come to appreciate him as well. But he is, it's amazing that he's helped and connected with you guys to do this. Also, talk about the work that's done with the Oklahoma Children's Health Foundation.
So we are we're a nonprofit. Like I touched on it just a little bit. We're a nonprofit. We've been operating in the state of Oklahoma. Next year will be our 45th year to be operating here. And we raise funds for the pediatric healthcare research and education for kids all across the state of Oklahoma. And so when we talk about that, we're talking about raising funds for. We primarily support pediatric research at Oklahoma Children's Hospital, but not only are we have a big footprint there at the hospital, but we also have off-site autism programs. We have off-site child abuse and neglect programs that we support, where we'll have first responders who come through one of the only nationwide programs that is training in child abuse and neglect. And the first things that you might see as you go into, let's say, you being a retired police officer, that you might see when you're going on some of those specialized calls. We support those type of efforts. And so some sooner success programs and camps programs. And so when we talk about that, we're talking about servicing children in all 77 counties, not just here in the metro. And like I said, all funds stay here within the state. We are a staff of only 12 people. And so we're trying to be very transparent with the funds that are raised. 90 cents of every dollar that's raised goes right back into healthcare. And so we do have a low overhead and a low cost. And so when you give to us, you can be very, very certain in the places that your money is going and where it's staying.
Well, last year when I saw you out at Prairie West, you guys had made a recent hire, and I also heard him on a radio spot in the metro, I think just this morning. Dylan Buckingham, former sports personality at K4, KFOR television in Oklahoma City. He's part of your staff still, I believe.
Yes.
And then he also has a personal story that goes along with the cause.
He does. His youngest was recently treated by one of our physicians here in Oklahoma City. His son had a benign tumor that was, and Chuck, it's going to all be way over my head. I'm going to use very layman terms.
No, I'm with you.
That was in his sinus cavity, and it was one of it was a very fast growing form of tumor, and so he was able to, through just kind of a connection through CHF, get in with several of the doctors here at Children's, and they were able to remove that tumor completely. Some of the initial diagnoses that they were getting, he was going to be in the hospital. Hunter was going to be in the hospital for weeks, months. The doctors here were able to get him in and out of surgery within 5 to 7 days. He was back home. He's back playing baseball, doing everything that, a normal, kiddo should be doing. And so that's what's so important when we're also talking about raising funds, is keeping families together, keeping them in the state, keeping them, an option might have been for half the family to need to travel out of state. And so that's one of CHF's big missions also, is to keep families together and recruit top physicians to the state. We don't think that, any family should be deciding, is mom going out of state with, or, another guardian or family member while somebody else is staying here and, having to watch siblings, or, are we having to split up to go somewhere else? That's just not, something that, any family should have to face. We also don't think families need to be turned away because of their inability or, to pay for healthcare. And we also think that kiddos deserve top-notch treatment here in our state. And so we try to, help recruit top doctors, top physicians, top researchers here to the state of Oklahoma.
Yeah. If someone is not a golfer and maybe is not in Western Oklahoma, or is in Western Oklahoma but can't make it to Prairie West, what's a way for them to be able to help the Children's Health Foundation?
So obviously we, you could go onto our website and do direct donations, but we also do a lot of events throughout the year that aren't necessarily aimed at golfers. We do a big clay shoot every year. If you like to just get out with a shotgun and hit clay pigeons, and you want to take some, frustration out on a clay pigeon with a shotgun. Yeah. If you want to throw on boots and do that, and you're not a golfer, we've just got all kinds of events for people who like to meet people where they're at. So you can always just go to chfkids.com on our website, click around. It'll tell you a lot more about us, about the programs we support, and give you some options to either attend an event or just give in some other ways.
Well, and the Offiicials versus Cancer golf tournament is not that far away when you think about it. We're midway through May. That's why I wanted to reach out to you, as it'll be here before you know it. And Prairie West is pretty busy with the scrambles throughout the months of May and June. So it's a great time, and probably people need to get checked in pretty quick, I would imagine.
Yes. Yeah, you can find this on. This will be linked on our website if you want to go on and get that link, or if you want to email me, you can see the information. And we've got like I said, Leland's information, Daryl Colby. If you want to email or text any of us, just get with us, and we can get you any information that you need.
Yeah. So June 26th, 7:30 a.m. is the check-in. The shotgun start will be at 8. It's $500 for a 4-person team. That's just $125 a pop. Yeah. And you get fed, you get great prizes, you get all kinds of stuff, and then also it's for a great cause. Yeah. So
we'll have Olive Garden out there this year, Chuck. We've got Olive Garden out's going to feed us this year. One of the officials that calls games also owns an Olive Garden, so they're going to feed us this year. So we're gonna eat well, and we're gonna have a good time.
So I'm gonna load up on some salad and breadsticks there. That's what you're saying.
Looking forward to seeing you. Yeah.
Yeah. I will plan on being out there and get to visit with you as well, check in with the group, and we'll do anything we can to help promote the Oklahoma Children's Health Foundation. And in full transparency, if people had not seen our interviews the past couple of years, you and I have a connection in the fact that your father is a retired Oklahoma City Police Department supervisor, and was actually my supervisor the very first night that I worked a patrol shift on the south side of Oklahoma City. And your father, Larry Don Larimore, had a amazing career and a very beloved and well-respected gentleman, and just a great supervisor as well. I was looking through some material the other day, and not to bring the room down, but there was a picture from the response from the OCPD back during the Sirloin Stockade tragedy on the South Side. And there's your father standing there with a batch of officers, as they're game planning how they're going to handle the scene and things like that. But just an amazing man, and one of my favorite people I've ever encountered and worked for with the police department. And I know he passed along a lot of great qualities to you as well. And you guys will always, your family will always be near and dear to my heart. And this cause is also an amazing cause, just because we see a lot of the promotional material out there for a lot of the different cancer research and cancer treatment places and things like that. And you talk about heavy-handed. I mean, it'll really hit you in the feels, so to speak, when you see a child, particularly a child, having to go through it. And I can just, I've been so blessed with good health for my children, and some are not, and when they're not, you want to kind of pour into them what comfort, aid, and peace you can. And I think that's probably something you guys do in a big way. And it's a heck of a thing to get to go play golf on a beautiful course and a beautiful day, and then also have that benefit a tremendous cause.
Well said. My dad speaks highly of you too, Chuck, so I appreciate you.
He didn't speak too highly of me back in '93. I'll tell you that much.
Well, you know what they say, time fakes things, right?
It does. He probably credits a few gray hairs or something towards my direction. They should have never let a 22-year-old out on the South Side with a gun in a car. Just saying that.
I love it.
But we had a lot of fun, and we had a lot of great camaraderie back then, and it was a learning experience for yours truly, for sure. But that's the thing. I always tried to glean what I could from the senior people, and you follow their example, and generally you were going to be okay. And Larry Don Larimore was that, and another and just an amazing case. So but no, it's coming up quick. It's June 26th. It's the Offiicials versus Cancer golf tournament, and it benefits the Jimmy Evers Cancer Center and Children's Health Foundation. That's the Oklahoma Children's Health Foundation, chfkids.com. We'll put the website in the description of this broadcast, and then also we will be sharing it on our social media pages. You guys are on social media as well. We try to follow you all and share that as well. So just anything going on, we will do our best to bring attention to your organization and your cause.
Thank you. I appreciate you always.
Any chance that there'll be like an instructor out there that could help somebody on the driving range before you get started?
Maybe we could set that up. We might be able to set that up.
do something for the old Lawdog. I don't get invited to too many scrambles anymore because with my shoulders and my back, I'm not very good. So
it's the best of four, so I can find you a team. Come on.
It's pretty competitive out in Weatherford. If they sign you up, even if you pay, they want to be able to have a chance to win. So
they want you to do something for them, don't they?
Yeah. And then also, like I said, we'll be trying to share this and promote this for you guys and get hopefully it's one of those things where you start it out and you want the turnout just to steadily increase every year, and just a great cause as well. Ronda Smicklas, thank you so much for checking in with us. And we'll put that graphic up there one more time. It's the Offiicials versus Cancer golf tournament, and it's June 26th at Prairie West Golf Course in Weatherford, Oklahoma. And if you're not from out in Western Oklahoma, but you want to drive out a little early and have a great day and a great course, check out Prairie West. It's an amazing place, and they do a great job. And then also, I noticed you guys had a really great operation going when you got your scramble started last year. So, Rhonda, take care. We'll talk to you real soon. And thanks for coming on Lawdog Sports.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Chuck.
Right.
Good to see you.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye. And she is Ronda Smicklas with the Oklahoma Children's Health Foundation, and she's been visiting with us about the Offiicials versus Cancer golf tournament. I'm Chuck Ramsey, the Lawdog. Thank you for tuning in, and we will share this onto our YouTube and our Twitter and our Facebook pages at Lawdog Sports. And we will also have posts sharing the banner for the scramble as well. Oklahoma Children's Health Foundation Ronda Smicklas, thank you for your time. We'll take a extended break. We'll be back Friday at 9 a.m. for the Weekend Big Show with myself and Jeremy Schroeder. Be safe out there. Don't text and drive, and sure don't drink and drive. And we'll talk to you real soon.